Hey everybody, it's the Room Escape Geek. This time we had a chance to tackle the Nautilus through a beta test from 60 out. This is going to be a preview, not necessarily a review, but I can still give you an idea of what's in store. Today's theme is the Nautilus. It's up to you and your crew to enter the Nautilus, find what happened to the captain, get the ship in full working order before embarking off on adventure. So, from a theme and set design standpoint, they've done a great job. The story is definitely tied into the puzzles, as well as the hint system itself is given within character, so you will feel that full immersion from the minute you walk through those doors until the minute you exit on the other side. Set design on this one is fantastic. Titanic has often been thought of as 60 out's best looking room from a set design aspect. I have to say, I personally think this one is either on par with, if not a little better even, than that Titanic room. They've brought in some technology. The minute you walk through those doors, you feel like you're in the engine room of a submarine. They've the portholes, the rivets, everything they've done. There's been attention to detail. The furniture itself is beautiful and seems like it fits within that set. So I really think they did a great job on the set. And if you're into that kind of thing, and that's really your motivation is that immersion and set design, you have to check this room out just for that alone. So how is the puzzle breakdown within this room? Obviously that's what we're all here for. So, overall, scavenging is minimal in this room. There's a couple items you have to find, but they are hidden in plain sight, so you're not looking for that needle in a haystack kind of thing. The challenge does not come from hiding things. It comes from putting the items in front of you and figuring out what to do with those. As far as the flow goes and the types of puzzles, this is more of a room where it's very straightforward. You're going to see the items, pretty quickly figure out how to make those connections between the items and move on to that next puzzle. There are a couple things within the room where you have to think just a little bit outside of the box, but overall this is a very beginner and intermediate accessible room. There's not that heavy abstract thinking. It's really just about attention to detail, finding those items you need and seeing where exactly to put them. There are a couple spots where I personally had some trouble with vision issues. It could be, again, it's beta. The lighting was a little darker than I would prefer. The writing wasn't in the format we would like where it really pops and stands out. So there was scavenging in that sense, but I believe that'll be fixed by the end of beta. Physical puzzles are pretty much non-existent in this room, so hooray for that. As you guys know, I am not a fan of physical puzzles. I believe they're just time wasters. This one, the only thing I would even consider possibly physical is at the end, again, that big adventure. You're working as a team, you're manipulating larger objects, things of that sort, but nothing where you're having to actually manipulate small items and just wasting time knowing what to do, but not figuring out the exact positioning or things of that sort. And as far as uniqueness goes, the ending again is where I think this room really shines. As far as the puzzle aspect, yeah, it's not unique, but the way they've done it, the way they've incorporated it into the story, the way they've required, well, not required, but actually recommended multiple people working in different aspects of it as a team, I think really makes for a memorable experience and again gives us that adventure that we're all looking for. So as always, I believe escape rooms are about the overall experience. That includes the GM, that includes the parking, things of that sort. Parking here is kind of non-existent. We definitely looked around for a while to try and find something. They do not have their own lot. You will have to be looking around to make sure that you can find something on the street. Pay attention to those parking meters and those parking times because you definitely don't want to get a ticket on that. As far as the GM goes, again, this was beta, but Damien was there. He did a fantastic job. He talked to us ahead of time and of course afterwards since it was a beta. But he's one of those guys that you can just lost in a conversation with about escape rooms. He's got the passion. He's in the industry and he's actually deep in the industry. So for those of you that are like me, that just can be consumed by this stuff, definitely was a fun experience in that sense. I don't know if Damien will be working there on a regular basis because I believe he's more higher up. But as always, 60 out just has great customer service and overall fantastic. So do I recommend this room? I obviously do. It is an adventure. Again, the set design is beautiful. The story works. It's a 60 out room and pretty much the consensus is that they're some of the top ones out in the LA area with a couple exceptions here and there. But I definitely recommend this one for people who are in the area or want to go check out a new 60 out room. Just know that it is on the beginner, more intermediate side, so from the enthusiast standpoint, you may feel it's too easy, but don't get lost in that puzzle thing. Make sure you pay attention to the overall experience, and then you'll have a fantastic time. This is definitely a room you're going to want to bring your friends or non-enthusiasts to really show them the hobby and give them a taste of what's out there. So that's it, folks. That's the Nautilus from 60 out in Koreatown, their new location. Reminder, this was a beta test, so things may change from the time that I got a chance to experience it to the time they go live. But I do recommend you check this one out. I'll see you next time.